The creature of the haunted forest. In a small town nestled on the outskirts of the United States, rumors swirled about a dark and foreboding forest that locals whispered was haunted. Deep within its dense foliage lurked a creature, the subject of chilling legends passed down through generations. Tales spoke of unexplained disappearances, eerie nocturnal noises, and sightings of a grotesque being, part human, part animal, with glowing eyes and a laughter that echoed through the night like a chilling requiem. Among the town's teenagers, Lucas, Sophia, and Pedro, curiosity burned brightest. Lucas, the skeptic, brushed off the stories as mere superstitions. Sophia, drawn to the macabre, convinced Pedro, the boldest of the trio, to join her on an expedition into the heart of the forest. Armed with flashlights and cameras, they ventured forth one dusk-filled evening, determined to uncover the truth behind the legends that had both terrified and fascinated them for so long. As twilight deepened into night, the forest enveloped them in an oppressive silence broken only by the rustle of leaves underfoot and the occasional hoot of an owl. Shadows danced in the flickering beams of their flashlights, heightening their senses to every sound and movement. The air was thick with anticipation as they ventured deeper, following the winding paths that seemed to lead them further into the unknown. It wasn't long before a sense of unease settled over the group. Strange noises, guttural growls, and eerie whispers seemed to emanate from the very heart of the forest. Each snap of a twig underfoot and every distant rustle of leaves sent shivers down their spines, but their curiosity drove them onward. Suddenly, a guttural growl pierced the silence, freezing them in their tracks. They turned, their flashlight beams trembling as they illuminated a towering figure emerging from the shadows. The creature stood before them, a nightmarish fusion of man and beast, its eyes gleaming with an unnatural intensity that seemed to pierce their very souls. Its presence was suffocating, the air thick with an unsettling energy as it let out a haunting laugh that echoed through the trees like a sinister melody. Panic seized the teenagers as they stumbled backward, their hearts pounding in terror. Branches clawed at their clothes as they sprinted blindly through the maze of trees, fueled by sheer adrenaline and fear. They dared not look back, driven by an instinctual need to escape the darkness that threatened to consume them. Finally bursting through the forest's edge, they collapsed onto the cool grass, gasping for breath. Their minds raced with the horrors they had witnessed, grappling with the terrifying question: was the creature they encountered real, or merely a figment of their fevered imaginations fueled by the legends that haunted the forest? As they reviewed the footage captured on their cameras, they saw fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures and heard eerie sounds that defied rational explanation. The images served as a haunting reminder of their harrowing encounter, a testament to the chilling possibility that some legends are born from truths too terrifying to comprehend. Creatures of the night. In a secluded countryside, a young couple, Beatrice and Daniel, decided to move into an old house, seeking peace and solitude. Their dream of a quiet life quickly turned into a nightmare when they began hearing strange noises and encountering bizarre animals around their property at night. At first, they dismissed the sounds as typical countryside noises: rustling leaves, nocturnal animals, and creaking timbers. However, the noises grew more distinct and unsettling with each passing night. Scratching at the windows, distant growls, and hurried footsteps echoed through the darkness, leaving the couple on edge and sleep-deprived. Determined to uncover the source of these eerie occurrences, Beatrice and Daniel delved into the history of the house. They discovered that the property once belonged to a reclusive farmer named Abelard Jones, known for his eccentric behavior and peculiar habits. Local rumors painted Abelard as a man obsessed with his animals, particularly exotic species he kept on his farm. As their investigation progressed, Beatrice and Daniel learned about Abelard's macabre reputation. Stories circulated about strange rituals performed under the cover of night and whispered tales of the farmer's unsettling bond with his animals. The more they uncovered, the more they became convinced that the disturbances in their new home were connected to Abelard's troubled past. The presence of Abelard seemed to grow stronger as they continued their search. Shadows flickered in the corners of their vision. Cold drafts swept through rooms untouched by wind, and the air itself seemed charged with an eerie energy. Beatrice and Daniel felt like unwilling participants in a supernatural drama, where the past and present collided in a haunting symphony of fear and uncertainty. Their quest for answers led them to a hidden cellar beneath the old barn, an ominous space that reeked of decay and secrets long buried. Within its dank confines, they unearthed artifacts of Abelard's life. Yellowed photographs, weathered journals filled with cryptic writings, and relics of his bizarre animal experiments. It was in this cellar that they confronted the darkest manifestations of Abelard's legacy. Ghostly apparitions of spectral animals roamed the cellar's shadows, their eyes glowing with a malevolent intensity. Beatrice and Daniel felt a chill run down their spines as they realized they had disturbed something ancient and vengeful, a force that refused to relinquish its hold on the house and its new inhabitants. In a climactic struggle against the lingering spirits of Abelard and his unnatural creations, Beatrice and Daniel fought to reclaim their home and their sanity. They battled against spectral claws and ghostly cries, their resolve tested to the breaking point as they sought to banish the malevolent presence once and for all. As dawn broke over the countryside, Beatrice and Daniel emerged from the cellar, exhausted but victorious. The house felt quieter, the air lighter, as if a heavy weight had been lifted from their shoulders. Yet, they knew that some scars, both physical and emotional, would never fully heal. The legacy of Abelard Jones had left an indelible mark on their lives, a reminder that some secrets are best left undisturbed and some nightmares never truly end. Together, they vowed to rebuild their lives and their home, forever changed by their harrowing encounter with the creatures of the night and the dark legacy of a farmer whose obsessions transcended the boundaries of life and death. The Witch's Dreams. In a quaint and tranquil town, a young man named Marcos moved in search of a fresh start. However, soon after his arrival, he began experiencing vivid and unsettling dreams about a mysterious woman. In these dreams, Marcos saw her as an ethereal and enigmatic figure, shrouded in shadows and mystery. She appeared to him as a witch, with piercing eyes and a smile that promised both intrigue and danger. Night after night, the dreams persisted, causing Marcos to question his sanity. The woman in his dreams seemed to take a particular interest in him, leaving him increasingly disturbed by her presence. Signs from his dreams started to manifest in his waking life, blurring the lines between dream and reality. One day, while walking through town, Marcos caught a glimpse of the woman from his dreams in the distance. She stood there exactly as he had seen her in his dreams, sending a shiver down his spine. Without fully understanding what was happening, Marcos found himself drawn deeper into a mystery that seemed to transcend human understanding. As time passed, strange events began to unfold around Marcos. Things that he never thought possible started happening, all connected to the presence of the witch-like woman in his life. He found himself in inexplicable and terrifying situations, confronting the truth about her identity and her true intentions, as she seemed determined to have him within her grasp. The story climaxes in a final confrontation between Marcos and the witch, where the line between dream and reality blurs completely. He is faced with impossible choices and a fate that seems to have been written since the first dream. In the end, Marcos discovers the truth about the woman and himself, leaving him to question whether he truly moved to the town for a fresh start or if he fell into an intricate game woven by the hands of the witch herself.